Good cold Tuesday morning. Starting off with temperatures around 10 or a little bit below in degrees. Overnight we got down to really cold. I got 6.3 here. I'm sure other people got even colder than that. Wind chills were 0 to a couple of degrees below zero because the winds weren't too bad last night, which was a good thing. Today we won't be too bad as far as winds, but it will be cold. Highs around 20 degrees. Some intermittent clouds and some snow showers are possible throughout the day and into the evening. That will bring in some windier conditions for tomorrow. Also very cold overnight, so wind chills will be cold and a cold advisory will go up tonight as well. Anyway, so I hope you have a good day. And I know a lot of people got off of school, but it's going to be a cold one. And then as we move forward, I do want to mention here an unprecedented snowstorm along the Gulf Coast. I mean, most of the Gulf Coast from the southern tip all the way around to the panhandle of Florida, into the Upper Peninsula are under winter storm warnings. And this morning for the far northeast tip here, well, the southeast tip, I guess, of Texas on the east side into lower Louisiana has a blizzard warning until noon. 4 to 8 inches of snow with blowing and drifting snow around. So pretty crazy to take that. I mean, 4 to 8 inches is even forecast into the panhandle as well. So yeah, this is just pretty wild stuff. You don't get this ever. I don't know if there's ever been a blizzard warning for Louisiana, lower part of Louisiana and Gulf Coast states. We'll have to see. History is just insane. Anyway, we move this forward, so you see that snow reaching up here. You see the snow showers got all the way up into southern parts of Virginia. There is some interaction between this and some disturbance and stuff. That's what may cause us the snow showers. But look at this snow coming into the South Carolina, North Carolina. This has really ramped up some in the last 24 hours to be a little more snowy than it originally looked like. So yeah, I mean, areas in northeast North Carolina are going to get 4 to 8 inches of snow. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. For us, I mean, this cold that's in place is so strong it just suppresses all that moisture to the south and east of us. Pretty wild at one point. It looked like it could come up this way, but it's all about timing when the pressure systems get involved, and this much suppression is happening from the polar vortex, which is what we're feeling. This is the vortex outline up here. You see this 486 isotherm. So you do see this kind of moving and retreating, and that is good news for us because as this high gets further to the east, you can see southerly winds start to pick up here. Even though I would say that it's still cold out here, don't get me wrong, there is some milder air on the way. With the milder air will come a disturbance we'll have to see on Sunday, Monday. So, I mean, we stay cold all the way through Friday, and Friday may be the point where we get above freezing. And then as we go into the weekend, temperatures will be a little bit warmer. Highs, in the upper 30s around 40. This is still cold air all the way down to the Gulf Coast. So it's just pretty wild all the way into Friday. Now we go into Saturday, and as I said, here's where we start to see the retreat of the cold air and warmer air getting involved. This high to the south is going to push high pressure or warmer temperatures from the southern regions into our region. It's going to take a little bit of time because of how cold it was down to the south. And here comes a disturbance that, as I mentioned, on Sunday night into Monday, we could have some mixture of precipitation turning over to rain, if you can believe it. And then that could put a little more cold air, and here comes another wave of low pressure. Similar to what happened before, a disturbance will form along this front and come up into this region and could cause us some more snow. We'll have to see if that makes it up here or not, because this low now off the East Coast is so strong, it too is suppressing or pushing things to the south and east and pushing that out to sea. This is some strong winds, and much warmer temperatures are trying to come into the area. Wow, that is some strong winds here in the upper plains, and that is indicative of the warm air coming in and slamming against that Arctic air. So we look really windy here as we go into next week. We'll have to see how this pans out. As I mentioned at one point, I think there is still a chance of something early next week with that precipitation. Here comes a warm cold front. That sounds funny. But warmer air is in here now, and look, rain all the way up to the Canadian border and into Canada. So this is a really strong push. Is this cold air on our doorstep coming down? Sure enough. Cold air does come in later into the first part of February. We'll just have to see how sticking that cold air is. It's hard to say. I don't think it looks very snowy as we start the first part of February. But here is a reinforcement shot of cold, cold air that we will see as we go into February. So even though I thought it would be a little bit warmer, it will be, don't get me wrong, but it still looks like the trend now is a little bit colder than normal, at least for parts of the first part of February. But no storminess other than maybe something on Monday. All right, this has been your Loudoun County with our outlook. Stay warm. Definitely check on your animals. Anything that's out there that's wet is frozen, so be careful. Have a good one.